Good evening and welcome to my channel, Fierce Reading. I would like to talk about a latest book by Irvin Yalom and her late wife, Marilyn Yalom. This is the book, A Matter of Death and Life. I'm Milena Čukić, biomedical engineer and neuroscientist. I wanted to talk about this for quite some time because I'm someone who is addicted to reading, and reading was always a safe haven for me since I was a kid. And in last years, very sad thing is happening. One by one of my favorite writers are gone, like Dr. Oliver Sacks, or after him, Umberto Eco, and many more. And since I'm big fan and I respect highly what Professor Yalom is doing, I really feel sad reading about the development. Of course, this is natural, but it reminds me of one of his books, Staring at the Sun, which deeply affected me and actually changed my life, and I think for that matter changed life of many others. And existential psychotherapy that he basically invented and started working with patients who are dying of cancer to accept what is left of life, to accept what is ahead of them, and to actually live without resentment. Dr. Yalom is actually applying to his own life. This story is about something very rare, a love and shared life for almost 7 decades, I think, between two very valuable human beings. And I would recommend highly to everyone to read previous books by Dr. Yalom, but this is particularly new, I think, in quantitative way, because not many people are writing about how it is to die, how dying looks in your closest surrounding, how you can still keep yourself and have your dignity through the process, and what is more, to reassure loved ones that you actually lived fully, and there is not so much to really see as a tragedy. And there are so many passages that I reread, and I will give second look again and again to this beautiful book. But Marilyn says once, and she was a famous feminist and professor in Harvard, and she was actually leading very interesting research in gender roles and female studies, but also even more centrally, she was actually a professor of French and German literature. And she said, dying in 87 cannot be considered a tragedy. I lived well. I did so many things. I have my family, 4 kids, beautiful marriage, a career, many published books, so many friends who are taking care of me, who are very kind, who are thinking of me. So there is nothing to really regret, because it is natural. And one of the dimensions, which is really something you can rarely find, is the transition that Dr. Yalom is describing during that process, from someone who actually spent his life in advising others and leading them out of their states of depression or other mental illness. He's actually facing some things for the first time, and he's actually admitting that he would approach some of his patients differently, whether he knew what it looks like firsthand. For example, people who had hallucinations, people who are losing their memories, people who are fearing death, people who are witnessing their the closest human being suffering and dying. So I really hope that his life is giving a kind of example of all of us how we should approach that. So I highly recommend this book, and I hope you would like it. Please share your opinion if you already read the book. Thank you.